Hey guys, welcome to Farming Simulator 19 on Greenwich Valley Farm. So, last live stream, so obviously this week we should be back to normal somewhat. Last week, I think, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Friday. Managed to get a bit of mowing in after fast forwarding. It's got to the point where with seasons I'm just fast forwarding crazily at certain times just to find stuff to do. And that's getting kind of frustrating, so I may dabble in a bit of forestry. I don't know, I don't want to go down that route because I end up getting so frustrated with it, so I don't know what I'll end up doing. I may mess around with it off camera there to get kind of used to it. I don't know. And then something else on the stream, someone was saying, I forget their name now, not what name that I recognise as being a regular by any means, saying they always do silage because it's worth more money. Got me thinking. Could do a bit of BGA. I don't know. It is tempting. So we'll see. We'll see what I feel like after cutting this. Well, these fields. We've got this one and one more to do. I'm thinking the smaller one I may just say screw it, let's do some silage bales. For shits and giggles. But we'll see. So still running the gearbox mod. Running it. That stream. The videos. Had no issues with it, no qualms. Gonna talk about it in that. Friday's live stream there. Well, last Friday's live stream, a lot of people seem kind of interested in it. So you can see I'm recording this. This is Wednesday's video being recorded on Saturday. I'm probably just going to record this one video. I want to get at least one video recorded. But to be quite honest with you, it's one of those ones where I'm doing it because I know I need to, or want to get ahead. Not doing it because I feel like doing it, sort of thing. For me, at least, right now. This tractor, I honestly thought it would have more than enough power to do the mowing on here, and it doesn't. I'm seriously comprehending swapping this Fent out for the 7810. I could use the Terra track, that's got PTO up front, I didn't realise it did, and it does. Could go down that route, but I'd rather not. You talk about overkill. People, I think it was actually the same guy who was on about doing silage on here. I've got my stipulations why he said this. This section didn't grow. No idea why. Saying that the Steiger was overkill for the spreader, with spread and lime. It's only like, it's a 250 horse tractor on the biggest lime spreader in the game. I don't think it was overkill personally. Granted, I should have known, but not that I cared one bit because it still works. It doesn't have a PTO, that tractor. Thought it did for some reason, but it doesn't. You can put it in high, see if it's going to have a bit more poke. Range up. We'll see. We may give it a bit more poke. Could also drop it in two-wheel drive. We don't need four. Not for some beautiful, luscious grass early morning. This stuff will dry quick, so I do need to make my mind up what I'm going to do. Again, I don't mind if I miss tufts of grass. This is the first cut of the season, if you like. I'd be able to do quite a bit of hay work in theory. Oh, it didn't like that. It did not like that. It's me messing around with the gearbox. I'm still learning it. Figuring it all out. And that was my foot against the chair leg. Just so you guys know. But this tractor is, I can't remember the horsepower on it. When we get back around the long side, I'll have a peek, but it just seems underpowered with these mowers. And if that's the case, like, to me, these mowers would be okay on the 600 series, 200 horse, but they're not. So at that point, it's the 800s that they're suitable for. It just seems a bit overkill for these, as far as physical size of a tractor. I will get this section because that will annoy me. I'll spin around and take a look-see. What the deal is with the horsepower wise. Garage. It's 240. And I think these require like, what, 300 horse almost? So that makes sense, I guess, going up the hills. You may be saying to yourself, well, why would you go 7810 when that's 175 horsepower? You guys know I've tweaked mine. It's got a lot more power in it than I want. That's probably going to stay there. Why didn't you get smaller mowers? Class. I want to use the class stuff. Fundamentally, it's not bad on the hills. It could be worse. It could be going to like 2-3 mile an hour, and it ain't. It's still trudging up the hill at what, 6 mile an hour though. So I won't head this stuff right away. I may head that field. I'm really unsure what I actually want to do with this, whether it's silage or what, come to think of it. Because all of this is predominantly going to go to be sold. That field will probably save a few of the bales, nothing crazy. And if we do silage, do we do round bales? Do we do the squares because they're easy to handle? Decisions. And even then, I've got the Anderson stuff that I could use to pick the bales up. I can't remember how many round bales they can have. $8 mile an hour I went down to there. It's not bad. It is not bad. If you wonder why I don't lift the mowers, to go through, select them individually to lift them up is a pain in the ass. Now I know there is a key to lift all implements and lower all implements. For whatever reason, for me, on some modded tractors, it just doesn't work. I've always had that issue. I think it's a farm sim issue. It's never been addressed. Which is kind of strange. It never would have been. At some point it would be nice to get the big air mount on one of these maps and just go ham mowing. I think I've used that thing maybe a handful of times, if that. I don't think I've ever had it on a map. Now if Oxy comes through with what he said he's got planned for Sandy Bay, which is to add alfalfa into it, then that will be something else. That would be very nice indeed. Alright, that's that one mowed. sake, the phone. And it is going on silent. Problem solved. And Jess and Mum are out grocery shopping and he just sent me a picture. You on this one because the other brand's not there? Yes. Of course she doesn't know. I'm recording. Not that it'd matter anyway, honestly. It's real life. This shit happens. These mowers do look good on this thing though. Now I would be stopping to grab a thumbnail, but at the end of Friday's live stream there, I grabbed a thumbnail. I grabbed a picture, I said, this is going to be a thumbnail. It's perfect. Too perfect not to. I've got the angle there. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, forestry area on this map. You probably need to buy it, which if that's the case, then the old hand of God will come in and all of a sudden we'll have enough cash to buy it. Which... yeah, hand of God will be coming in to buy it and we'd have permission to, of course, use that land. So we'll see what happens there. I'll put it out to you guys, what you guys think on that one, to do a wee bit of forestry. Like I said, I may do some off camera to get used to it. Now, if I do forestry, what would I be doing? Cutting down trees, obviously. That's a given. I'm talking as far as silent lengths of logs or wood chips. I don't know. Wood chip side is kind of neat. Potentially could get Fergie down with the little saw. Actually do a bit of real small scale stuff, which I'd like to do. I wouldn't be going in it with Ponzi's or anything like that. Not yet. If at all. And just use the small, tiny wood chipper that we have. I can't remember if it's stock in game or if it's a mod. But that little guy. Thinking that's the route I'll go down. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm planning on how I would do it. And just have it real small. But I think it'd be cool to do. That's the thing, a lot of people dog the forestry stuff as much as I do as well, to be fair. But it's neat, it is cool. But the physics on there are so funky with the whole log grapple physics. Honestly, is the most frustrating thing out there, where you can see them bending around on themselves. I just can't understand why they aren't a solid object. Like if we hit these mowers against a collision, so any of these fences, you'll see them bend a little, but you won't see them contort around like they're made out of Play-Doh. Where, for me, unless it's been fixed in recent updates, and I've not tried forestry for a hell of a long time now, the grapples, they can bend around on themselves. The physics aren't happy. Short of picking up one log at a time, yeah. I don't know if they've been fixed any recently. That's the sucky part with that. So I'm thinking, this field, silage. That field, hay. We're not going to get much silage out of this, I know that, although this is a fresh crop. Seeded, obviously. Fertilized. Limed. Herbicide, so we should be getting a good yield out of this, and it kind of looks like we are. And I kind of want to use the round bales, and it's not too much on the hill. And it's pretty much contained. So that's what I'm thinking with this. And then we could just use the class round baler, basically, and go ham. That is what I am thinking. Now, usually I just drive through this, but I'll be good. I won't. What is it for the lifter? Wasn't it like Control V? Yeah, see, the front mower won't go down. And if we are on the front mower, I don't know why it doesn't do that. If anyone knows a workaround or a fix for it, let me know, please. I'd be much, much appreciative. I really would. Now, I don't know why I particularly mowed right up to it, because I'm not going to be able to get it all. Kill that mower. Gives a bit more power there. Fire back up, drop it down, drop those down, and away we go. Wonder if there's a separate key combine for drop, like front and rear implements separately. I could just have that on the stream deck and go pop pop. I don't know, that's something to look into. But I've noticed it's modded tractors. The stock and game stuff it'll probably work fine with. Even probably DLC question mark. One more little patch back there and we're done. Probably kill the big mowers. Kill the rear ones there. Lift up the front. And drop the front to get this patch. Fold those up. Go back to the front. Now we're done. Basically mowing for now. That's all, folks. So we could row this up now, which I probably will, to be quite honest. And okay then. I didn't realise the edge of the gate had such a great force field. Wow. We went flying back. I'll probably use the class. The Fergie, as much as I'd love to use it, honestly doesn't have enough guts for it. I'd have to use the, or get the dough version of it, aka the double. We'll leave the mowers and all that attached for now. I can't be asked to faff with that. So park and brake, engine off. I don't think the park and brake actually stays on. Let me do that. Keep all of that on for front weight. Again, not that it really needs it. Got the feeder there, the feed mixer. When I get cows on here, I don't know if I'm gonna swap between two or how I'm gonna do it. In the summertime, these guys are gonna be fine. I put way too many bales on there for how many sheep I've got. Like the yearly thing for the sheep right now is like 11,000 litres of, oh, that was too far away. 11,000 litres of grass. But that's not just the period that they're going to be eating a crap ton of it over the winter time, which I need to provide for them. You take it, they're feeding themselves from the grass in the summertime. Grazing mod sort of thing. Basically like grazing real life. So with that, it's even less. Probably 8,000 litres would do them, presumably. Realistically, of the feed that I have to physically feed them. And we're away. How long have we begun? 21 minutes. Bad fun. Get this all rowed up. Lease us a silage baler. See how much that's going to cost. It's probably not going to be cheap. And see if we make our money back off of it. Plus, we'll need to lease an Anderson trailer to all of the bales, because I don't actually have a bale trailer at all. And sure, I could start the speed back. I could load them on the Chieftain manually, but screw that nonsense. Screw that nonsense. Now, ideally, I'd like to get a decent amount of cash so I can get more sheep. I think what we've got right now, 8 or something like that. Cool if we could bump it up to about 12. If that is the number that we've got, I really cannot remember. Not too sure why the RPM's hunting around like it is. Could be because of the Eco PTO, maybe? Set 'em? It's funny, the actual tractor's showing the true engine RPM. It's kind of cool. Where the engine RPM that we're seeing down in the bottom with the enhanced vehicle thing is just showing 1800, which is what I think the gain would be technically seeing to the wheels. If I stop a minute, yeah, 1200, and switch it off, 850, 1200, we go into the config. I think I've got it set to eco on this, 1800, didn't mean to hit that one. That's probably what it is. I'd put money on that one. Really not. I can't remember what the Eco PTO is all about. I want to say it's something on the lines of it'll only sort of require as much power as it needs. Or it allows... no. Memory serves, it allows the engine to run at a lower RPM, but still keeping the same speed on the PTO that the implement needs. So this would probably be like a 1000 or a 900 or 950 speed. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one if you guys know, which I would presume some of you do, or in more modern tractors are going to have that sort of setup. The eco speed or the eco PTOs now. I don't know if a lot of the big tractors do yet, but it seems like the smaller ones do like this. And this is only like 100 horse, I think. This is just literally meant to be a yard tractor. Which this tractor, I will probably quite happily swap between the sheep area and the cows. So if that is the case, then I'll probably quite happily swap that thing from the sheep to the cows, the feeder. I really wish Giants had the bale destruct trigger in as default. That just blows my mind they took that out. It seems stupid. I don't know the logic behind that. I've seen some people getting all a huff because it's not in modded maps and whatever. Not understanding that. No, it's not in there because giants haven't put it in there. I didn't realise for a while that it was a thing that giants stopped doing. Just, I don't understand it. The logic on some stuff they do. Because scenarios like this, where you have to feed your animals through a friggin' mixer. How are you supposed to feed your sheep without a bale destruct trigger? It makes sense to feed them frickin' grass. Oh, not grass, hay bales. Giants logic. What's more to say than just Giants logic? Oh, what are we at? 26 minutes. So we'll probably end up getting this bailed up, or partially. And there we'll see what the cost is to lease all of that. Oh, we do have crop. I didn't realise we actually have this much in the silo, but because we started off as a new farmer, I always do, and then put the economy down to normal. Although seasons adjust all of that anyway. It's actually given us quite a lot of crop in the silo, so I could theoretically sell a lot of that off if I wanted to. Kind of want to hold it right now. I like the steering on this thing. I just wish it didn't steer when I was backing up like it does. Seems like it does anyway. Or it's probably when I pull forward to adjust. Alright, drop that. For now, this can just be lowered here. And we can go look at leasing this stuff, which... yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. May not be too bad. Yeah, $4,000 will make that money back, that's for damn sure. I'll go blacker up, that'll put the price up $3. Oh no, 0, sweet. I thought it did. Evidently not. I'm glad they didn't. Tyres, the Michelin's do look better on that, but again, I'm not going to do that for that. Perfect. We need 145 horse for that. It doesn't cost much of this, actually, in the grand scheme of things. Alright, we'll lease that. Yep, okay. And as far as... well, that holds 24. That's round, yeah. That holds 24. That holds 24. I think this one stacks them and the other one pushes them out in a row. Yeah, it does. This one rolls them out. I'm just thinking what's going to be better for that area. Probably that. We're just going to cross $3,000. So we're down near at $8,000 there. But this is a lot cheaper. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, so I'll need a tractor to do with that. Do I have one kicking around that I would like to use? No. No PTO. Too big. And just to make sure, this does have a front PTO. Yeah, it does, right there. That's kind of... that's overkill. And that's, yeah, too slow. So this guy. I'm gonna go put proper tires on it. Get to here. Use the tab. Beautiful mod. Should be in the game default, personally, I think. Narrow tires. We want to go to Michelin's. I don't know why we don't have the narrow tire option on here. That blows my mind. Why they don't do it for the Michelin ones as well. 205 horse should be more than enough. It hasn't foobarred the rest of the stuff. Customize, freeze it, so it should be coming front weight back up. Yeah. I will pause as we're getting towards the end of the video, and I kind of want to do this. Pause, and we'll meet you guys back down there. Alrighty, so we are down here at the store. I just had to mess around with the gear configs and the rolling resistance as well. These things, you can see right here, they would just roll and roll and roll. I need to tune that in. We did get the black wrap, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll unfold that, make sure it's going to work okay. Seems like it. I'm really glad Class is in the game. It's a brand that I personally only liked a few of their machinery from. I'm starting to warm up to kind of like a lot of it now. I really am. Alright, we will catch you guys in the field, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of baling done. A little bit, as I need to navigate to the pause menu, or the pause button. Okay, so we are unpaused, and hopefully that is working okay. I don't know why, but the pause button seems to be muting the mic as well. I need to keep, well, adjust that. I've not changed it, I don't think. Who knows? Alright, just adjust up here, straight into the field we shall go. I don't think there's actually anything to unfold on this. And fingers crossed we don't get too many bales rolling away, because that is very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Down we go. It seems like all of the... Oh, that's another thing I've got to remember. It's not like the Crone wrapper where you can just keep going, you do have to stop with it. So I could probably kill two birds with one stone here. This can be Monday's fun there. Do that, and I've got to find something to eat because I'm getting hungry. Story of my life right there, I swear. That just banged that bale way up there. Dang. Alrighty, grab a thumbnail. Bam. And we're done, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. We will be back tomorrow for Shamrock Valley, and of course live streams throughout this week in theory. Till next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys later.